Welcome back everyone to my first playthrough of Trails in the Sky the Third. In the last episode we finally finished up Shira's moon door, so we saw the entire backstory of how she met Aina. And now in this one I've decided we're going to go do the second half of Moon Door 1, which is the Tita and Agate story now that we have Agate. I was debating between that and the Joshua Estelle one, but I think we'll do Tita Agate first. So we already did part 1, but we couldn't do the next one until now, because we hadn't unlocked Agate yet. I need to start eating some food too to unlock those recipes. So I have a door simply for just unlocking 20 recipes, and I haven't done it yet. We still have a lot of doors we can do at the moment. We will eventually get back to Chapter 5, I promise. Oh, okay, this is going to start when Agate first gets back to town, I think. So if I remember right, in part 1 we were just waiting for him to come over for dinner. Can't believe I'm going through with this. I should never have given in to pressure and promised to come here once a month in the first place. Having to adjust my schedule all the time just so I can come all this way to eat is such a pain in the ass. But, well, whatever. I do owe her, I guess. Oh, you know you love it, Agate. What the hell? I just felt this horrible chill run down my spine. What was that for? Okay then. Doesn't seem like I've caught a cold or anything. Probably no big deal. Is it because of her mom? Because I would not be surprised. Well, that's everything switched that needs to be. The machine guns are new models, so they could probably do with some tweaking. That's all of its armament strengthened. Its mobility is up 16% because of all the work we did through the night, you know. Okay. I think we should leave it like this for now and take some data as is before we start doing anything else. Works for me. Ordinarily we'd just settle for testing whether it can perform basic actions at this stage, then call it a day. But thanks to all of Tita's help, it's ended up relatively complete for a prototype. I think we could probably get away with doing a simple combat test using it even. And we should, too. She's so diabolical. After all, it just so happens that we have the perfect guinea pig for it coming. She really hates Agate. Mom, Dad, Morning, Tita. Did you sleep well? Yeah, I'm feeling great. But, all I can picture in my mind is the sight of that red-haired hooligan crawling on the ground after getting the beating of a lifetime by the Orbital gear. I can hardly wait to see it in real life, too. Mom? I keep trying to tell you that Agate's really not a bad person. Don't take what she's saying to heart, Tita. She could probably stand to discuss the issue a bit more. Tactfully. But I'm sure all she wants is to find out exactly what Agate's doing trying to worm his way to you in the first place. Oh boy, even Dad seems to have him wrong. Okay, let me explain this one more time. He might be sort of rude and blunt, and he does grumble every time he has to do something. And he has a bad habit of scaring people off easily. But he's actually a kind, good person, I swear. Really now. I'm starting to get a little worried about him too. What? Why? I keep saying he's a really nice person. Alright, time to go and get things ready. I'll leave the final adjustments to you, Dan. I've got something to take care of elsewhere. You're going then? That I am. I've heard more than enough. Something has to be done. The sinner must be punished. With death! What? Mom, where are you going? Wait! Erica really is terrifying. professor. What in Aetius' name is happening here? Are you alright? I'll live. What was Erica in such a hurry for? Well, it's time for the testing to begin. You're not much less of an overprotective parent than she is, I'll have you know. Yeah, it's crazy that they're considered overprotective and they kind of just abandoned her for months when she was off saving the world. Where is she? I could have sworn I saw her running this way. Where could she have gone? Probably shouldn't have arrived so early. Might as well drop by the guild and see if there's any work to do until evening. Goodness gracious, Agate. He's a bit of a workaholic. What? Is that just my imagination? The second I walked in the door, I felt like my life was in mortal danger. The only person here is that researcher there, so it must have been... Oh my. My, what have we here? If it isn't Agate Crossner. I pity you. I really do. Come again? I never dreamed my target would come wandering in nonchalantly while I was making the necessary preparations for his execution. But that makes things easier for me. Now I can tell you what I want directly. We've prepared a most perfect place to die for you over at the Central Factory. So come along, there's not a moment to waste. Who are you? You here to pick a fight with me or something? Not at all. This is a completely legitimate request I've made to the guild. Or more specifically, to you. I'm really surprised Kilika's not stepping in here. Like hell you did. No request like that would ever get accepted here. If you want to submit a request to the guild, you're gonna have to come up with something a little better than that. You pitiable flea. I figured you were a little thick-headed, but I didn't think your general IQ would be quite this low. You need to be more aware of your sins. What does this woman have against me? Her eyes are scaring the shit out of me. Clean out those ears of yours and listen well, moron. This request is about testing the capabilities of the orbital gear by comparing it to you in a variety of situations, which means that by helping us, we'll be able to improve it. And in the process, maybe the unforgivable sins you've committed shall be... Just what are you rambling on about, woman? Maybe you didn't get the memo, but the Bracer Guild exists to help people who really need it. We don't exist to just do any old thing someone feels like asking us to do. So I really haven't got time to be messing around with some crazy time waster. Is that the real reason you don't want to do this? Or are you just scared? Say that again? I can't find her anywhere in town at all, and she hasn't gone home. Just where could Mom have run off to? It's not my fault you're not listening to me. As I said, if you help with these tests, I might even be gracious enough to consider reducing your punishment. A little. That sounded like Mom. Could she be in the guild? If you want help that much... Tita? Agate? What do you... Oh, and one more thing I want to make very clear right off the bat. You do not get within 1 celled radius of my sugar-powdered donut under any circumstances. Are we clear, you shameless hoodlum? Wait a sec. Whoosh? She literally said whoosh and zoom. What the hell just happened there? She just up and ran off with Tita. I hope I didn't just witness her getting abducted by someone dangerous. You don't need to worry about that. Oh, sup, Kilika? Her name is Erica Russell. She's Tita's mother. Her mother? That is Tita's mother? You've got to be kidding me! Her parents came back here from abroad about 2 weeks ago now, Erica and Dan Russell. Their arrival was somewhat unconventional, admittedly, but they really are Tita's parents, I can assure you of that. You're trying to tell me that woman is related to her by blood? And with that mystery solved, would you mind if we got right to discussing work matters? Oh, yeah, lay it on me. I'm free until this evening, so if you've got any quick jobs that need doing, I can knock them out for you. Well, first, there's this one from the Central Factory. They're requesting assistance with a variety of tests for a prototype of a new weapon called the Orbital Gear. Orbital Gear? Hold up a minute, that sounds familiar. The guild has officially accepted the request that Erica mentioned to you earlier. It has your name on it, in fact. I can't believe this. She actually submitted that as an official request? I don't know much more about this orbital gear than you do, I'm afraid. She merely described it as a weapon that combines the finest in Liberal's orbital technology. It's being developed by the entire Russell family together, to boot. The location you'll need to go is Zeiss Central Factory. A new weapon? Wait a sec. You said the whole Russell family, right? Not just the adults? Please tell me Tita isn't involved in this crap. I couldn't tell you. She didn't say. I've heard Tita was about ready to graduate from being an apprentice and become a full-fledged engineer, though, so perhaps she is. Would her involvement be a problem to you, Agate? Well, no, but I've never met her parents. I've only heard about them from Tita, so it's not like I could pretend to know what they're like. But her mom's nothing like she made her sound. She seems kinda messed up in the head. If that kook's got Tita involved in developing some kind of new weapon... Put that request on hold for now, Kilika. On hold? Don't give it to anyone else for now, I assume you mean? Yeah. I'm gonna go and find out what's going on. Don't even think of giving that to anyone else before I'm back. If you happen to hear any strange shouts or loud explosions while you're here, just ignore them, okay? It's for the best. Just trust me. What? You looking for Professor Russell? She passed by here not long ago, actually. I saw her boarding the elevator with Tita, but I'm afraid I have no idea where she could have gone after that. Maybe to their basement workshop? That would make sense. Oh, Faye. Wait, I recognize you. Weren't you one of the bracers on the Arcee? Yeah, I remember you too. You and the other engineers did a great job when it ended up falling out of the sky. Thanks again for what you did. Think nothing of it. We were just doing our jobs. I was a foreman in an underground ornament factory at one point, but now I'm going to be working over here for a while. Faye's in the middle of explaining the work she does here to me. Okay, so I was wrong. Where did they go? Murdoch's not here. He's been hogging all the equipment. Okay, so he doesn't know where she is. Making archaism modeled after Tita? Tita's mom's eyes creeped me out when I saw those, but this guy doesn't seem to be in his right mind either. Maybe I ought to stop him too? Everyone is obsessed with Tita, I swear. Antoine, sorry. Poor Murdoch's got the gray hairs to prove it. You rush in here demanding something for his stomach pain more times than I can count at this point. Oh, poor Murdoch. Okay, Dan's up on the roof, so they probably are too. But at this point I might as well check the last room. Erasing all of the data? Oh, that's not good. There was a lot of info on the Capel. Where have those two gone? I can't find them anywhere. Hey there. You must be Agate. Who's this guy? He doesn't seem like any ordinary engineer. Oh, I get it now. You're Dan, right? Seem to remember hearing you were a bracer at one point. Oh? Was it Cassius who told you? Oh, no. I've just heard some stuff about you from Tita and her grandpa. Yeah, right. Actually, he quit the whole bracer thing about 10 years back, didn't he? Makes it right around when Cassius joined. I can't imagine him being as much of a lunatic, but who knows? You guys are developing a new weapon, right? I heard you've got Tita helping you out with it. That true? Oh, yeah. She's not just a simple assistant, however. She's a formal member of its development team. Tita's become so much more capable over these past couple years. I don't even feel like there's all that much I can teach to her anymore. Ugh, I was right. What the hell have you guys got your own kid doing? I know you're busy and that you can't afford to be back home here that often. And I know the little squirt loves Orbital tech, so part of me gets why you'd want her to help with whatever new stuff you've got in the works. That doesn't make it okay to let someone that young work on developing a new weapon. Use some common goddamn sense, man. It's so funny. Agate, do you trust her? What's trust got to do with this? And don't go trying to change the subject on me. What you've got her doing... I've heard a lot about you since coming back here. And with that, there's just one question I want to hear the answer to from you directly. Now, it's my understanding that you've been keeping her company quite often while my wife and I were away. Is that because you feel she's unreliable? Or maybe just a coincidence? Or is there some other reason? Just what have you been trying to achieve by being with her so much? What? I wasn't trying to achieve anything. Guess if I had to give an answer... There's no denying how much she's helped me. I'll admit, at the start she seemed like she could do jack all, and I stuck around to protect her. But she never actually needed it. She's ended up doing way more for me than I ever did for her in the end. So yeah, I guess when I put it that way, I do trust her. Your daughter's pretty damn amazing. I see. Okay, so he doesn't seem to have as many screws loose as his wife. I can probably give him a pass, right? Look, I'm guessing there's some special reason Tita ended up involved in developing that weapon of yours, right? You mind telling me what it is? Yes, there is. Well, I suppose it couldn't hurt to tell you. You're familiar with Ren from Ouroboros, right? Yeah? The crazy strong little girl with the huge robot? Couldn't forget her if I tried. Tita told us that she's friends with that girl. Which sounds insane, I know. Nah, it's not. She doesn't talk about it, but I know she is. Feels like she's going to unnatural lengths to avoid the issue even coming up, too. That makes explaining this a little simpler. The Orbital Gear project was begun with the aim of developing a new kind of weapon that could compete with the Society's advanced military technology. Eventually, we hope to end up with something that can even go head-to-head with Pater Mater. As soon as she heard about what we were planning to do, Tita told us that she wanted to be a part of it, of her own volition. At first, Erica and I were strongly opposed to the idea. It was Tita who insisted she wanted to do whatever she could to keep the connection she had with Ren. She wouldn't take no for an answer. She insisted this was something she could do for her. From my perspective, her intention isn't actually to talk Ren down or anything along those lines. She just thinks that by participating in the Orbital Gear's development, she'll be able to keep thinking about her. The project connects them in a tiny way, even if they can't meet, and even if Tita can't do anything more substantial for her. It really is a tiny connection. And yet, that's probably the best she can do for Ren right now, and she's determined to do it. I had no idea. She's such an idiot. How am I supposed to know you're shouldering something that heavy if you don't tell me? She's working on the project formally as an engineer, no different to Erica or me. My wife was the one who gave her permission. After she showed as much resolve as she did, it wouldn't have been fair of us to treat her like a child. You mind if I ask something? Where's that Orbital Gear thing now? Does that mean you're up for the job? Well, I can't walk the hell away. She might do something crazy again if I leave her alone. I see. Albert was right about you, Agate. You do seem to have some promise. What are you talking about? What did Gramps say? You'll need this, incidentally. Using this in the elevator will let you get to B5 of the building where the tests take place. Tita and Erica should be there. You're going to want to make sure you're ready if you do go, though. Erica's been dead set on testing you. I couldn't care less what she wants. I'm just gonna go help Tita with the tests. What anyone else does is none of my business. What about you, Dan? You ain't coming? Don't mind me, I'll be there. And just so we're clear, I haven't decided to accept you myself yet. Accept me as what? Okay, we're gonna end this episode right here. We did about half-ish of the Agate and Tita story, so in the next episode we will just continue on and finish that one up. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you next time.